USC faces way more than the rain. They face a trap game against Iowa. Nico Iamaleava is out for UCLA's match against top-ranked Ohio State. Let the irresponsible speculation begin. And evidence is mounting that the Chargers will start a new left tackle Sunday. Good morning. I'm James. And this is your daily dose of sports and snark for the greatest sports city in the world, Los Angeles. This is the Faithful Angelenos Morning Report. It is November 15th, 2025. My contract in mini scrotum has ended. On to the next cynical cash grab. But hey, we also added a new subscriber to the Angeleno Familia yesterday. Thank you. We're going to do our best to keep you informed. And if you like being in the know about LA sports, click the like button. Click the subscribe button. There's a notification bell. Hit that. It'll let you know when we drop an update. Sharing is caring. Let people know we exist. By all means, comment. Now, we have an expanded look at the scoreboard today because of college football. But before we do the previews, let's talk about Friday night's games. Lakers 118, New Orleans 104, Austin Reeves with 31 points. Clippers 133, Dallas 127 in double overtime. James Harden, as much as he did last year, is carrying this team. He scored 41 points. 5th ranked Arizona 69. 15th ranked UCLA basketball 65. 4 Bruins starters reached double figures, led by Tyler Bilodeau's 19. But UCLA slips to 3-1. It was a hell of an effort. I wouldn't freak if I were a Bruins fan. I'd love to see this rematch if it happens. USC basketball 87, Illinois State 67. Now look, I don't want to overstate a 3-0 start against clearly inferior opponents. The Bruins didn't run from a challenge at Arizona, but Rodney Rice registered a triple-double and scored 21 for the Trojans. Longtime viewers know I am very bullish on UCLA hoops, but USC might be sneaky good. Now, as for today, 21st ranked Iowa is at 17th ranked USC at 12:30. I'm not there, obviously. For all I know, there is so much water in LA that even Gavin Newsom wouldn't let it go to waste. I also recognize the potential for a trap game with Oregon on the horizon. And there is an axiom in football: weather is that great equalizer. All of this can be true. I'm still believing USC wins. 2 reasons why. 1, Iowa has not won on the West Coast since 1987. That includes getting punked by UCLA last year. 2, I believe Iowa will still have to at least show respect to the versatility of USC's offense. Iowa's defense is given all kinds of credit for being so fundamentally sound. And you know what? Totally true. They are fundamentally sound, but they also play quarters in defense, which means that their 4 defensive backs tend to play deeper so that they avoid giving up big plays. Yeah, I think they will cheat a little bit in the rain, but they will still be concerned about the potential of Jacoby Lane going deep, that they can't play all the way up, and that should open spots for Mekhi Lemon, who does a lot of damage in mid-range passing routes. For that matter, when you run quarters coverage, linebackers tend to cheat to the outside. I could imagine Lake McCree finding open spots as a release valve over the middle for Jaden Maiava. And by the way, when you play cover 4, that opens up passing in the flats for King Miller. And Miller has also stepped in for Waymon Jordan to become one of the Big Ten's greater rushing threats. So what I'm ultimately trying to get at is this. We know the Hawkeyes want to win by running the ball, killing the clock, dominating the line of scrimmage, and time of possession. Totally get it. They have a path to win, no doubt. But USC can pack the box against Iowa's running game because Iowa isn't diverse on offense. USC, on the other hand, is diverse on offense. So the Hawkeyes have no choice. They have to respect those additional weapons because they don't want to get beat for big play touchdowns. Iowa has one way to win. The Trojans, by the way, also have played in the rain before. They lost, but they still scored 24 to a better team. And again, Iowa's not at home. So USC has multiple ways to get the W. That's why I lean towards them. Also, UCLA is at top-ranked Ohio State at 4:30. In a late-breaking story, Bruins quarterback Nico Iamaleava will not play Saturday because of a concussion that he suffered against Nebraska. This is what sources told On3. Now, if this story is true, I actually have respect for On3. Sophomore Luke Duncan is expected to get his first career start. He hasn't thrown a pass this season, by the way. But the developing news goes beyond today's game. Because I can't see the Bruins beating the top team in the nation, no matter who the hell's under center. You could miraculously find eligibility for Troy Aikman and the rest of that roster. There's no way they're hanging with the Buckeyes. So, here's the question that's inevitably going to be asked all day, every day, until the start of next season. Does this mean Iamaleava is gonna leave? Right? If you are asking that question, I do not blame you. Dude has played hard at UCLA. He has given the Bruins a lot. He leads the team in rushing as well as passing. But you can't have a quarterback get the hell knocked out of you in every bleeping game by running the ball. So that's one problem. And the way he left Tennessee, it was so bloody cynical. So crass. His family pulling all those levers behind a curtain like the great and powerful Oz. For all we know, his family might be bold enough to say the dude's going to enter the NFL draft. We don't know if concussions don't recover in a matter of hours. There's a significantly good chance we've seen this guy in a UCLA uniform for the last time saying the concussion is worse than originally feared. The only reason that panic gossip makes sense is specifically due to the way he left Tennessee. Now, I don't think the dude's ready for the NFL, but even if he knew he had to stay in college for another year, is UCLA the program to get him ready? We don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments thread. Also happening today, Lakers at Milwaukee at 5, the Kings are at Ottawa at 4, and Club America, they're going to face the Galaxy in a friendly at 6:30. Now, with all that out of the way, what do you say we get to the news? We have been a little rough on the Chargers front office for that sieve they call an offensive line, but it hasn't been all bad. Now, the offensive line definitely has been that bad. I'm talking about Bolt's leadership, because the 2025 draft is actually developing quite nicely. And that's something to keep in mind, because the Rams were not expected to be good. They totally destroyed the last couple of drafts. This year, though, two Bolts in particular have acquitted themselves well. Tight end Oronde Gadsden is averaging 95 receiving yards per game in the last month. Defensive tackle Jamari Caldwell, and I don't want to overstate what I'm about to say about Caldwell. I'm not saying the Chargers are now cool by having let Poona Ford walk, but he's made that loss sting a lot less. Going back to the Chargers offensive line, recently acquired Trevor Penning, he lined up at left tackle during practice Friday. So saith the LA Daily News. If he starts Sunday in Jacksonville, Austin Deculus slides into the backup role. Meanwhile, with the Rams, left tackle and alleged Larry Flint apprentice Alaric Jackson will play Sunday when the Rams battle Seattle for first place in the NFC West. And honestly, what did you expect? First of all, the NFL already punished Jackson for violating the league personal conduct policy. We just didn't know what. Sean McVay said when Jackson was suspended, they were aware of his hobby for flash photography. But additional discipline against Jackson, who was sued for allegedly videotaping a woman against her will while they were having sex with her will, quote, is not something that we're talking about right now, unquote. The coach added they would like to keep the matter in-house. I'm sure the woman would love to keep that clip not in iCloud either. But yeah, I botched that punchline, so be it. Multiple baseball beat writers tell me how much Dodger players love playing for Dave Roberts. The question that could come up, though, is will Asian players love not playing if Roberts asks? What I mean by that, well, you should take this story with a grain of salt. We've long established that the foreign press is not to be trusted, and Japanese media outlets are reporting that Roberts doesn't want Japanese Dodgers to participate in the upcoming World Baseball Classic. That would mean for Team Japan, no Shohei Ohtani, the MVP, remember him? Yoshinobu Yamamoto, dominant starter in the title run, got the last out. How about rookie closer Roki Sasaki? So let's be clear here. Roberts is not issuing a mandate or anything. He just knows that his players will need additional rest, and that totally makes sense. The Dodgers played overseas in each of the last 2 seasons, and that included 2 seasons with a lot of extra postseason games. And they're an old roster, so it makes sense. I've been getting my hands on anything I can regarding the winter meetings. We noted the Dodgers would like to take another stab at getting a closer. They're not alone, though. There are 9 other teams looking for late inning relief, according to The Athletic. That, by the way, includes 2 potential bidding warriors from the NL West in Arizona and Scum Francisco. So the market is going to be busy. I DVR a lot of sports on a streaming service, so I have watched and rewatched a couple of Clipper games. When you're looking for why this team stinks right now, a second look doesn't make it any less gross. We already know Bradley Beal was supposed to be a starter, and he was absolutely ineffective before his left hip snapped. We already knew that fielding the oldest team in NBA history was a goofy idea because we aren't that high. Hell, when Beal went out, nobody even bothered to consider Chris Paul on the bench. I didn't. Did you? We all forgot Chris Paul exists. Last night's game went to double freaking overtime. It's a 7-game road trip. You know the roster's going to be gassed at some point. There's one of the all-time greats at point guard now. We don't want him. There's the end of the bench from a dude. Kick it. Chris Paul may as well have been at a Waffle House, man. And by the way, you know how the franchise hired Jeff Van Gundy to coach defense? Well, yeah, it is tough to score on the Clippers in the paint with Ivica Zubac or Brook Lopez. But they allow a league-high 15.5 three-point attempts per game, and opponents are hitting them at 40%. Because those old geezers don't have the legs to play perimeter defense. A couple of years ago, everybody said the Lakers were terrible on perimeter defense. You ain't seen nothing yet. Go to Intuit Arena for lousy perimeter defense. Midfielder Marco Reus's agent is claiming the Galaxy want to keep the Bundesliga legend around. The dude is 36. His current deal runs through the end of next year. Do you really believe that the Galaxy, for all the goofs that they made last season, that they really think they want to have a guy pushing 40 in the midfield that bad? Do you? Kind of makes the blood run cold. But you let me know what you think in the comments thread. Talk to me about what you think the odds are for USC versus Iowa. For that matter, the odds that Nico Iamaleava is still wearing blue and gold next year. And for that matter, if you enjoyed the update, don't forget to subscribe to Faithful Angelenos. We're talking LA sports every single day here. Thank you for watching. I'm James, and we'll be back tomorrow. Faithful Angelenos is a Kian Corte El Queso production. Take care.